Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to cover this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, get a busy week coming up. Right now, I just want to point out, put the call ratio is very low. I posted it on Twitter. It's at 0.59. A lot of people are on the call side. You get VIX up. You can see in VIX right now. VIX is at $18-ish. So you get everybody on the call side. VIX is low, and you got Powell testifying this week. So we're probably going to end up seeing a rug pull. Plus, the economic numbers have been coming in hot this week. Actually, not this week, this past couple weeks. So everything is leaning towards the Fed might have to be a little more hawkish and be more aggressive with rate hikes instead of going around telling everybody they're going to pause them or slow down. They might actually have to start accelerating them more. So the market's probably going to end up freaking out about that. So whenever Powell opens his mouth, the market's going to freak out, whether it's good or bad. Now, the economic calendar for the week, Monday, don't see anything. Tuesday, we got Powell at 10 a.m. That's about it. Wednesday, we got Powell at 10 a.m. JOLTS job reports at 10 a.m. Those are at the same time. That's going to freak out the market. Then we have the 10-year bond auction. I don't usually pay attention to the bond auctions or the beige book, but that's been moving the market. So get the bond auction at 1 o'clock. Get the beige book at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be an active day. Thursday, don't see anything. Oh, yeah, we got unemployment claims on Thursday morning. And we got FOMC member Barr speaking at 10 a.m. Our 30-year auctions at 1. Friday, we got no, it's Canada. Yeah, we got unemployment rate, non-farm unemployment change, hourly earnings. So we could end up seeing an active morning Friday. Then we get the Fed budget balance on at 2 o'clock. I don't really pay attention to that, but the bond auctions and the beige book have been actually moving the market, so I definitely got to keep an eye on those. So like I said at the beginning of the video, everyone's on the puts, everyone's on the call side. They're going to expect, I mean, we probably definitely could run tomorrow, but I think that we're going to run up and Powell's going to sink the market on Tuesday. He's going to say something. They're going to need to be more aggressive on rates, economic numbers coming in hot. Also, inflation starting to really come back into it again. It's not cooling down. It's actually coming back up a little bit. So definitely a lot of things going on that is not going to be that good for the market. So VIX right here. We had a lot of weird shenanigans on Friday and the day. The thing just popped up and it ended up dropping. I was glitching really bad. I don't know what was going on, but it was definitely crazy. VIX is right around 18. I think that we could probably push below 18, probably down to the 1750, 17 area. Definitely could see that pushing down more on VIX now. SPY had 2 really strong green days. I think that they'll push it. Probably Monday, probably tomorrow. I got a gap fill right here at the 4.0. Actually, we did fill a gap, didn't we? Yeah, we technically did if you go by the low, but yeah, we did right there. But I think that we're going to push up more. I think that we're going to end up, we get another gap fill right here at the 407. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we end up pushing to 410. Tomorrow, this is what I'm thinking right now, is that we're going to push for a green Monday. And then Powell's going to come in and dump the market. So even though RCT trend line right here on the daily is right there, I think that FOMO is going to come in a little bit and probably push us to 410. and then we're going to end up seeing a nasty dump or something. I don't know. We'll have to see, but we'll play it day by day, news by news. But that's what I'm thinking right now is we're going to get a little more of a push before we end up dumping, because we got a gap to fill down here, right here, the 399 area on that right here. So we get a little bit of a gap, but we get gap up here to fill. So I think that we'll probably end up filling this gap before dropping. But like I said, I could be completely wrong. We could just not push anymore and just dump. So we'll have to see. That's why I'm going to take it day by day. That's why I need to be in the room, and we'll just, like I said, take it day by day. So yeah, that's my thinking on SPY. So over 405, we're pushed to 407. Which will be gap resistance, and 408 be gap, and 410 will be a pretty big area for resistance right here. And if it does end up dropping, I would look underneath. Let's see, I'm trying to look at the hourly here. Under probably see right here underneath the 403 for a push down to 400. It gets below 400. We're going to fill this gap, get down to 397. 395, then down to the 393 area. So, but look, the weekly's starting to still look like a nice inverted head and shoulders, the left, the head, and the right shoulder. So it's possible we could possibly test this area that will fit into the 410 area scenario. I don't know if we're going to break out of this or not. I have no idea. But the thing I keep thinking about, everyone sees this. Everyone's anticipating a big pop back to all-time highs or something. So I think that's going to be, when you have something too defined like this, that's what ends up being a big huge fake out. I would imagine if they do push it to 410, it could push more people into the buy side or more into the call side, and then they could actually do a dump right there and dump it back down. It could dump down as low as 380, and it could still hold the inverted head and shoulders pattern as long as it doesn't break the 360 area, because the pattern is still valid down to 375. So they could definitely push it up here to the 410 and make it look like it's going to break out and be a nice little huge trap. Then they actually push it down. So this fits into the scenario of pushing it tomorrow, then Powell dumping on it with aggressive rate hikes or something like that. So that's definitely my thinking, what I'm thinking long term, like not long term, but the next couple of weeks. Now BA is another one I'm looking at. It's so overbought. I mean, look at the RSI on the hourly, 85. So I would watch it underneath. We could round down to 214 for a push down into the 210 area. Then you got 205. And 200 would be pretty big support for that. But the RCT trend line is up here at the 223. I don't know if I'll push to 223, but it's still within the channel right here on the weekly. It's at the top of the channel, actually, right around the 215 area. So it's been channeling between 215 to 205. So we'll have to see if it stays within that channel and just comes back down to the 205 area. So definitely keep an eye on that. Now McDonald's, regardless of what the market does, McDonald's just has a mind of its own on the weekly. It's just in a bullish channel right here. It's right at the top of the flag right here of 270. So I think that if it gets over 270, we could probably get a push to 280 on McDonald's. So watch it over 270 for a push to 275 and 280. Gets over 280, we could see a strong push out of McDonald's, because look right here, same setup right here. Run up, you get this bullish channel right here, which it's doing right here, and then it pops. So it's just a matter of time, I think, in my opinion. I don't know if we'll beat this week or next week or the week after, but we definitely could see a push on McDonald's right here. Same setup right here as over here. So definitely like McDonald's. Amazon. Amazon has a nice little weekly hammer on the weekly right here, getting bought up right on, well, close to 90. Inverted head and shoulders. You get the left shoulder right here is tiny than the head and the right shoulder. So I'd watch it over 96 for push to 100 to 105, 110, 115, basically every $5. If the market has a strong day tomorrow, Amazon might run with it. NVDA, another one. I'm looking at. Now, NVIDIA, to me, it looks overextended, and you get a bearish divergence going on right here. You got lower highs, but NVIDIA with the chip shortage, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing actually pushes more. So I would watch it over 240. If it gets over 240 for a push to 250. I mean, even though the weekly is RSI is over 70, but I mean, when this thing's getting over 70 before, and it just keeps going, and it keeps going right here. It starts at what, 70 right here, and pushes up. So it could be a pretty big exaggerated move, but we also have a gap fill down here from earnings. But to me, I would be a bit surprised if it pushes over 240. We have a huge run out of NVIDIA, so definitely keep an eye on NVIDIA. Tesla. Hopefully my mic is working. Yeah. What? Oh, wrong Tesla. Now Tesla still in a a bullish channel right here. The only thing I'm looking at is on the hourly. You get a head and shoulders, you get the left, you get the head and the right shoulder. Kind of, even though you're seeing a bullish channel right here on the daily, the weekly, it kind of looks like it's topping out a little bit. It's kind of making a little bit of a rounded top a little bit, using the 20 EMA on the weekly as support. To me, I'm thinking, okay, the head and shoulders hourly could play out, so I'd watch it underneath 195. But I mean, you could also watch it over 210. Well, not even over 210. And you could watch it over 200 for push 205, 210 to 215. Or you could just watch it underneath 195 or push to 190. It gets under 190, then you can end up seeing a pretty significant drop out of Tesla. So you can look at it either or on that, but definitely looking at the head and shoulders, I'm thinking more leaning towards the dump, but Tesla, you never know. So you can watch it either direction, over 200 or below 195 on that. So definitely like that. Baidu is one that I don't usually look at or trade that much, because the options have low volume, and or they have really, really bad spreads. So to me, this seems like a pretty big run up for Baidu, and it ends up getting rejected on the daily right around 155. So it ends up having a harsh pullback, pulls back, pull back, pull back. Didn't quite get there, got to close to 150 then. So I'm thinking, okay, if we get below the, you can even see Friday's low 150, let's say 152, we'll round up to 152, push to 150, 145, 140, 135. Definitely get some room to run to drop the, if it stays within the channel, it's gonna 155 to 135 is a channel. So definitely have to see if Baidu will get into that channel or not. We'll have to see what options look like for that. But like I said, the spreads are usually bad and the volume is really nothing. So we'll just take a look and see what it looks like. So that's going to do it for the watch list, and hope to see you in the room. Thanks for watching.